Hey guys, gonna do a quick guide for the Glacial Maw expert mode. As always, won't be talking much, just explaining one of the trash and boss mechanics. These guys are gonna randomly free themselves, so don't run ahead of the tank, especially if you're a healer. That's gonna end up bad. These guys don't do anything special, it's just tank and spank. On the next trash bag you can see the number 1, it's a polar vortex. He's gonna do an ability called Arctic Tendrils. What it's gonna do is gonna do an AoE pull. As soon as you're within 35 meters of its range, it's gonna AoE pull your whole group to him. It's doing small AoE damage around him, so just focus him down quick and then kill the rest of the pack. I'm gonna speed this up now, we saw this already, and I'll start explaining the first boss. The first boss is gonna do a tank breath called Rending Exhalation. He's gonna do an AoE around the tank and shoot him up in the air called Chilling Eruption. He's gonna summon ads called Forgotten Slayer, and he's gonna do an ability called Dust to Dust on those ads that is gonna make them explode at some point, so you might wanna DPS them down quick. And he's gonna do an ability called Biting Snowstorm. You need to keep moving during that phase to avoid taking damage. Chilling Eruption, AoE on the tank, is gonna shoot him up. Rending Exhalation, breath on the tank. Biting Snowstorm, during that phase you need to keep moving. If you don't, you'll get a stacking debuff increasing damage taken, and he will also summon his first set of ads during that phase, called Forgotten Slayer. Dust to Dust is gonna imprison the ads. You have a certain amount of time to DPS them down before they explode and kill your raid. This is a pre-made group from the guild with testing gear, so you won't be doing as much DPS when you first enter an expert, so you won't be able to ignore as many mechanics. The next two set of trash you can skip if you move around. The second boss has 3 main abilities. The first one is called Chilled Earth. It's a blue area around the boss, you just need to kite him. The second one is called Stomp. He's gonna smack the ground and do AoE damage. And the third one is called Summoned Razor Eyes. He's gonna summon a crystal that will chase a player. You just need to kite it to avoid damage. This is Chilled Earth, just keep kiting the boss. This is a Summoned Razor Eyes. He's gonna summon a crystal. You can't see him really on the video, you'll see him a bit later. There he is on the left. He's gonna chase a player and just avoid it to avoid damage. And there you see it reaching the 2 guys and it's gonna explode. And he's stomping the ground doing small AoE damage. Now here we go inside the actual maw. There will be a lot of ads spawning, so just pull slowly. This is the boss just passing through. The third boss has 3 main abilities. One is called Chest Borer. He's gonna impregnate you with an ad that's gonna spawn out of you. He's gonna do an ability called Devour, where he's gonna eat up one of the eggs laying around. You need to DPS quick before he heals. And he's gonna do an ability called Digestion. He's gonna do a green smoke AoE on the ground. Just get out of it. Here you see him casting Chest Borer, and that will spawn out of Ambi soon. He is now casting Devour. He's eating one of the eggs, you need to DPS it down. And this is digestion, AoE, step out of it. He's also gonna do an ability called Foul Stench, it's just a stinky AoE on the tank. The last boss has a few interruptible abilities. The most important one to interrupt is Soulstorm. It's gonna be a channel dot on the group that is gonna stack if it's not interrupted. He's gonna cast an ability called Frostbite, during which you need to go hide in the blue safe zone as you will get one-shotted. He's gonna do an ability called Chilling Gaze on the player. This will put a bubble on the player chasing him, so just get away from people while kiting it. And last but not least, below 75% the boss will get a buff called Cosmic Shield. It's always gonna be up on one of the bosses, and it's gonna make the boss immune, so you need to damage the other one. Icy Grip, this needs to be interrupted, it's gonna slow people. Boss 2 is now immune. Chilling Gaze, you need to kite the beam. Frostbite, go in the blue to not get one-shotted. You can now see Chilling Gaze better. It's the blue you need to kite. He's now casting Soulstorm, no one is interrupting it. Look at the damage. If you look up at my debuffs, you can see Icy Grip. It's slowing you for 5 seconds. And that's how it's done. Well, this was my quick guide for the Glacial Maw expert mode. If you liked it, put a like on it, share the video, and as always, thanks for watching.